You're listening to What's the Score on tx1 Radio.
Hello and welcome back to What's the Score. In today's episode we'll be discussing Doncaster Rovers' season, what we think the problems were, and everyone's favourite quiz time. Today I'm joined by my favourite co-presenter, Mr. Ewan Sandland. Introduce yourself.
I can't wait for this show. We're going to have a great time, but we're going to be talking about the negatives of Doncaster Rovers' season. Relegation. What are your thoughts?
Well, very unfortunate for the Rovers. I mean, it looked so good a couple of years ago. 3 years ago yesterday, we were in the playoff final against Charlton, and now we're in League Two. And where do we start the problems? That is a question on everyone in every Donny Rovers fan's mind. Where do we start? Because you could put it anywhere. You could put it anywhere at all. You could even blame 18 Dapper if you wanted. So where do we start? At the very top.
I couldn't agree more. Very top. That's where it starts.
I mean, let's just begin where most of the blame probably lies, and it is on the board. I mean, we've had a lack of investment for numerous years now. We've always been relying on loan players. They don't often show passion for the club, so I mean, they're not fighting. And at the end of the season, they are going to leave eventually. As we saw with Alec Wilkes and Herbie Caden, it doesn't set the club to grow, and it's not really realistic to improve the future of the club. We were crying out for a striker in January who scored one of the least goals in the season, this season, out of all the teams. I mean, and even in the summer, there wasn't much value at all in the players that Rovers signed. I mean, some of them are decent players, and I'm not going to sit here and slander them because some of them have put a lot of effort in for the Rovers. But realistically, let's talk about the signings. I mean, you can carry on. What about, not the signings, sorry, about Marquis, Whiteman, etc.?
Well, we got 2 million for Marquis and 2 million for Ben Whiteman. Where has all that money gone? I think it's in the board's pocket.
I completely agree with you. I mean, we haven't seen any investment in the youth team. Players' contracts are being run down. I mean, Max Waters, he left the Rovers for free and he's signed for Cardiff for $1.5 million. Like, why is the board making wrong decisions? And when we are spending money, why aren't they trying to better the club? I mean, you can see in the attendance of the Rovers this season, it's dropped drastically. And to me, that is because the fans aren't enjoying it anymore. That could be down to the football, it could be down to the atmosphere at the club. But to me, it's more to do with they don't see a future with the club. And who's going to want to support a team where the club isn't aiming to go anywhere?
Well, I think you've got to give the board some credit in terms of commercially. They do a great job commercially in terms of building the name Doncaster, Club Doncaster. But there's no ambition on the pitch in trying to improve the players.
Yeah, I agree with you. The investment, we don't know where the investment's gone. It's not been into the facilities. Like the Rovers club have been, a lot of players have come after they've left the Rovers. They've gone back and been like, the facilities are terrible. I mean, they're playing at a park in Donny. That says a lot. The academy, not many players are coming through. When they do, they have a season. Brandon Norrie, he had a decent season this season, and he's not been rewarded with another contract. They're letting contracts run down by every single player at the club. So in the end, we're not getting any money from him, and it's just a poorly run club. And the first thing they knew, on Baldwin's agenda should be bringing in a sporting director to try and control the club's vision and take the Rovers to the next level.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Jack. We're going to go to an ad break, but stay tuned where we'll have incoming callers talking about their thoughts on Doncaster Rovers this season and what their expectations are for next season.
Is your missus constantly complaining about your patchy beard, your lack of facial hair or your overgrown downstairs region? Well, today I'm promoting a product designed by Manscaped to ensure all your needs are satisfied to make you feel confident. For a cheeky 30% discount code, use the code What's the Score at the checkout.
Cheeky. Welcome back to What's the Score. We're joined by our first guest of the week. It's Doncaster Rovers fan Matt Gallagher. How are you, Mac?
Hello everyone, I'm fantastic.
What are your early predictions on Doncaster Rovers this season?
Obviously, I'm hoping that we go up next year, but with this board, who knows? We could genuinely be in the National League within, 2-3 years.
I couldn't agree more, Mac. Should we move on to our favourite part of the week, the What's the Score quiz? The rules are you have 20 questions to answer, football related. Get one wrong and you're out. Are you ready?
I was born ready, mate.
Right, here we go. Question 1. Who was the Doncaster Rovers player who scored the winner at Griffin Park to send Doncaster Rovers to the Championship?
Easy, James Coppinger.
Correct. Question 2. Which Premier League side has just won their second Premier League title in a row?
Manchester City, surely.
Yep, correct. Question 3. What body part did James Hayter score with in the League One playoff finals in 2008 against Leeds?
Ooh, I know it wasn't with his feet. So I'm stuck between like shoulder or head. But it's quite rare to score his shoulder, so I'm gonna go with his head.
Bit of a guess there, but that's correct, Mac. Question 4. What minute did Luke Shaw score England's goal in the Euro 2020 final?
Oh, third.
That's wrong. It was second. So your score is 3, Mac.
That's terrible.
It's not the best score, I must say, but it's not the worst. You're not in the relegation zone.
No, that is terrible, mate. I'm embarrassed after that.
Well, I did. It was a hard question, and you've got it wrong. Anyway, thanks for being on the show, Mac. Pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
That's all for today. Join us next time on TX1 Radio.
Also, guys, remember to tune in this Saturday, the 28th of May, for our live coverage of the Real Madrid-Liverpool Champions League final. We'll be starting our coverage from 6:30 and finishing at the end of the game.